from American Family Field in Milwaukee. It's Game 1 of the best-of-5 National League Division Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers.
And Michael Busch at the top, who's been on a tear lately. Big homer in the 7th inning of Game 3 of the wild card. And Busch with a fly ball deep to right field. Way back there, that ball is gone! Michael Busch continues his late season assault. A leadoff homer for the Cubs in Game 1. Jackson Chourio to lead things off for the Brewers. They will face Matthew Boyd, pitching on 3 days rest, making his 5th career playoff start. Chourio rounds one fair, up the left field line. And he'll dig for extra bases. A sliding double for Jackson Chourio to lead things off in the bottom of the 1st. Gonna bring up Bryce Terang. And Terang smacks one to right. That's down for a base hit and is off the wall. Chourio will score and the Brewers immediately answer. Tie game. Jackson Chourio and Bryce Terang with back-to-back doubles. William Contreras tags one towards the gap. That is down for a base hit. Past the diving even Happ. Terang will score. 3 straight doubles for the Brewers to begin, and they have the lead.
The wheels, they are turning as the bullpen starts to loosen. Frelick waits. Pitch from Boyd.
Broken bat for Frelick on a ball to second. Horner boots it. Everybody's safe. Here comes Contreras, and he scores.
And this is where the Brewers can kill you. You make a mistake against this offense, and more often than not, they will make you pay. And now it's Blake Perkins. He's got an opportunity to drive in a run.
And Perkins wins the battle. Vaughn around third. He will score. 4-1 Milwaukee. Blake Perkins wins an 11-pitch at bat and chases Matthew Boyd in the 1st.
Chourio hits with the bases loaded. How about a quick vibe check? I'd say the vibes are really good inside the ballpark.
But Chourio laces this one into left field, and the hit parade continues. 2 more come home. 6-1 Milwaukee. All you can say is wow. The Brewers jumping all over the Cubs.
Caleb Durbin hits with the bases loaded. Durbin struck out his first time up. Corners in on the grass. Shallow fly. Center field sinking fast. It's down, a base hit. 1 run is in. Here comes Yelich. The throw is late. A 2-run single for Caleb Durbin, and the Brewers have hung a snowman on the Cubs. But this inning has featured 4 base hits, and none of them hit all that hard. Chourio's already 2 for 2. He's doubled, singled, driven in 2. He's hitting for the 3rd time in 2 innings. Swinging a bouncer at third base. Shaw knocks it down. Throw across the diamond is going to be late. 3 for 3 for Jackson Chourio. It's 9-1. He was beating cleats up that first baseline, and he was checking to see whether or not he was going to be out or safe. Turned back, and you could tell that something didn't land right, and he's going to come out of this game. The Cubs have had 1 man in scoring position. That was in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. Already a career high in strikeouts in a postseason game for Freddie Peralta. He's looking for his 10th. 1 and 2 on Happ.
And this ball is driven to center field. Perkins going back. He looks up. It is gone. A home run. Ian Happ to the deepest part of the park. And Chicago has their 2nd run, both by way of the homer. Fans rise to their feet in Milwaukee. The Brewers ace getting them into the 6th, and he'll exit to a rousing ovation.
Fans on their feet, waving the yellow towels. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mears throws home.
Steros rolls over on one. It stays fair, and that'll do it. The best team in baseball during the regular season, and the Brewers lead this series 1-0. Another sellout crowd at American Family Field, and the Brewers look to take a stranglehold on this series. It's the National League Division Series, Game 2 of this best-of-5. The Milwaukee Brewers lead the Chicago Cubs 1-0.
I think the day off is the most important thing. They just needed to regroup after that really tough win in the wild card against San Diego.
We are expecting a bullpen game from the Brewers here tonight. Aaron Ashby will start. And there are 2 aboard with 1 out for the Cubs here in the 1st.
And here comes Seiya Suzuki. He had a very tough time hitting Milwaukee pitching during the regular season. Just 6 hits in 54 at-bats and only 1 home run. Here's a swinger drive. Deep left field. It's got a chance. Get out the tape measure. Long gone. 3-run homer. Seiya Suzuki Cubs lead 3-0.
So much for regular season stats. It's playoff time. Suzuki hit one over the second deck and into the third deck here at American Family Field. Cubs up 3-0. And I think we said it'd probably be good if they get off to a good start. I think that qualifies.
Now, Shota Imanaga run has been gifted with 3 runs to work with thanks to the home run by Suzuki.
2 on with 2 away for Andrew Vaughn. Vaughn has seen Imanaga 7 times. He's 3 for 7 lifetime against him.
Another payoff.
Fly ball, left field. Happ on the warning track. Happ at the wall. It's gone! Andrew Vaughn ties it in the bottom of the first inning with a 3-run homer. Unbelievable. Time again, Andrew Vaughn has come up clutch for the Brewers. His first career postseason homer. I thought it was going to scrape the top of the roof. So a pair of 3-run homers. Back to even in Milwaukee.
The postseason debut of the 23-year-old Jacob Misiorowski. An all-star this year. He took baseball by storm, trying to find that June and early July form here in October. Misiorowski facing Happ with Suzuki at first and 1 away. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Slider at the very top of the zone at 95. So here's Carson Kelly. Suzuki at first with 2 outs here in the top of the 3rd.
Runner takes off from first. It's grounded right back to Misiorowski. And he'll jog all the way to the bag.
Flexes at the crowd after he gets the final out. The Miz with an exciting 3rd puts up a 0. We go to the bottom of the 3rd.
Here's William Contreras.
Hard to catch 104 miles an hour with a broken middle finger, right? Or a compromised middle finger on your left hand.
Contreras with a drive to left field. And the Brewers have the lead. A no-doubt shot from William Contreras.
You were saying compromised because some of the injuries. He still caught 128 games. He's still one of the best hitting catchers in all of baseball.
411 feet off the bat at 107.6. It was a no-doubter for Wild Bill.
First career postseason home run for William Contreras. What a game. We're in the 4th. And he fans Pete Crow Armstrong.
Now, the hardest thing to do is try to get a guy who's throwing 100+ in the zone.
Swanson rung up. Misiorowski tying him in a knot. That'll bring up Michael Busch out of the dugout. And he flies one to left field. Tailing away from Churio towards the corner, and he makes the catch. In front of the railing.
Churio just wanting to make sure he found that wall more than anything, and makes the catch down in the left field corner in foul territory.
No team in the National League better with runners in scoring position. No team in baseball better with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. Churio at the dish.
You just don't see this. You don't see a guy leaving early in a game because of an injury and then playing 2 days later.
Churio with a drive. Center field. Way back there. And gone! All 7 runs for Milwaukee via the long ball tonight.
All the runs scored with 2 outs. You just gave the number. Best in baseball. Hitting with runners in scoring position and 2 outs.
The lights are never too bright for the 21-year-old Jackson Churio. A 3-run blast. It is 7-3 Milwaukee. The hamstring is just fine. That kid is built for October.
Horner lines one into right field for a base hit. So nice start to the 5th inning. Horner's 2nd base hit of the game. Here comes Kyle Tucker, 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored.
Tucker strikes out. 4 Ks for Misiorowski. Suzuki with a fly ball to right. Shallow. Frelick. Run out of room perhaps. He makes the catch against the railing. No margin for error.
Well, maybe most right fielders, they would run out of play, but not Sal Frelick. What a play.
2 away. Ian Happ digs in. Horner at first. Cubs down 7-3. Top of the 5th.
Popped up. Churio, long way to go. Loses his hat. Makes the catch in foul ground.
Side retired. Miz pumps a fist, screams up into the air. 3 scoreless innings from Jacob Misiorowski. Abner Uribe is on to try and put the finishing touches on the Chicago Cubs in this 9th inning. and give the Brewers a 2-0 series lead. The series shifting to the north side of Chicago on Wednesday. Here's his pitch. Swing and a miss, and a slider one away.
Devastating slider from Uribe.
13 straight Cubs retired by the Brewers bullpen. Pete Crow Armstrong will be the hitter.
PCA down on strikes.
A pair of strikeouts for Abner Uribe. The Cubs are down to their final out in Game 2.
And now the last hope for the Cubs is Dansby Swanson. Brewers pitchers have retired 14 in a row. One strike for a 2-0 series lead. Got him! Uribe strikes out the side in the ninth, and the Brewers have a stranglehold in this series. The Milwaukee Magic keeps rolling.
The Brewers bullpen retires the last 15 batters in a row, and the Cubs are on the brink as the series shifts to Chicago.
Michael Busch back in the starting lineup for Chicago. Remember, came off the bench in Game 2. Busch with a drive, right field. Frelick goes back to the track, to the wall, gone! Tie game! Michael Busch, a leadoff bomb once again. In a postseason where Chicago has not seen reliable offense, Michael Busch delivers.
The Brewers score a run on a missed pop-up, and Busch turns it right around with one swing. Despite the number of pitches, this is a successful inning if somehow he gets through Pete Crow Armstrong.
0 for 4 in Game 2. Pete Crow Armstrong delivers with a base hit to right. That'll score 2, and the Cubs have the lead in Game 3. Wrigley Field is alive, and so are the Cubs. A 3-1 lead, and Priester unable to get through the first. And there goes Pete Crow Armstrong, and the ball gets away all the way to the backstop. That'll score a run. Ian Happ scampers home on the wild pitch. Bring up Jake Bauers. Only his second career playoff start. Up the middle from Bauers, a base hit. Frelick around third, he will score. And the Brewers have cut it down to 2. And the Cubs have had the better of the Brewers so far. We head to the 7th golden hour here in Chicago on a perfect night for postseason baseball. Andrew Kittredge out of the bullpen. At first pitch, it's Jake Bauers lifting this ball to left field. Happ goes back, that ball is gone! Jake Bauers with an opposite field shot. And the Brewers are within 1.
Jake Bauers having himself a night here at Wrigley. A solo blast. It is 4-3 Cubs. Bauers has driven in a pair here tonight for the Brewers.
You know, you were talking about the swirling wind that can happen here. That ball was aided and blown out of here by the wind. Bauers got a good piece of it, but it stayed in the air a lot longer than it looked off the bat. And here come the Brewers.
Durbin, a 4-pitch walk. So the tension is ratcheted up another level. Jake Bauers at the plate. Bauers having a big game, has already singled and homered, and he's the left-handed batter. Bases loaded now, 2 down. Cubs lead 4-3, 8th inning. Listen to this crowd. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
The Brewers leave the bases loaded with the tying run 90 feet away.
The Brewers are down to their last chance. Christian Yelich at the plate.
Yelich, a hard hit ball to second. Horner makes the play. And the Cubs survive. The Chicago Cubs stave off elimination and force a Game 4 tomorrow night.
Talked a lot about the Brewers bullpen. What a job by the bullpen tonight for the Cubbies. 5 innings, only 1 run allowed, and this beautiful play by Horner to his left. That ball was scalded, and he gets the final out. The 2-out hit in the first inning by Pete Crow Armstrong might have turned the tide of this series.
They fly the W. They play Go Cubs Go. And for the second time, the Cubs survive an elimination game here at home. It is an electric atmosphere on a chilly October night on the north side of Chicago. Still some fight left in these Chicago Cubs, who have won not 1 but 2 elimination games and look to win a 3rd to keep their season alive here tonight. Freddie Peralta, the Brewers ace, toes the rubber for Milwaukee.
Nico Hoerner steps in. A lot of Cubs have had a tough time against Freddie Peralta, and a lot of hitters all over baseball, especially National Leaguers, have struggled against him. For example, Nico Hoerner, 5 for 31 in his career against this guy.
Hoerner with a ground ball left side through the hole. And a base hit for Nico Hoerner, who now has 6 hits in the series.
Here's Kyle Tucker.
It's ball 4. An uncompetitive pitch to put him aboard.
We've seen Peralta a lot. You don't see many 4-pitch walks from him.
Seiya Suzuki strides to the plate. Suzuki hitting just .227 this postseason, but he's homered twice.
Payoff. Suzuki is struck out by Peralta. And there's that fastball elevated to get him to chase.
Ian Happ, the batter. Happ had a homer against Peralta last weekend in Game 1 of this NLDS, but he has struggled against Freddie Peralta. 3 for 35 in their head-to-head battles. A swing and a drive, deep right field. It's got a chance. Gone. 3-run homer, Ian Happ. Cubs lead 3-0.
Once again, the first inning for the Cubs strikes. Ian gets a pitch up and in his wheelhouse, and he hammers his ball. Line drive rocket to the bleachers in right, and you can't get much louder here at Wrigley Field.
Listen to this crowd.
Ian Happ with just his 3rd hit of the series, and it's his biggest one yet. Well, the Cubs now have 11 first-inning runs in this series. 21 total between the two teams.
Each team has threatened along the way. In fact, both teams threatened in the 5th inning, but neither team scored. It'll be Kelly, Crow Armstrong, and Swanson now in the bottom of this 6th inning.
On the ground from Kelly. Off the short hop, Durbin unable to field it.
Well, difficult chance for Durbin. He made the right decision. He couldn't wait back on it because he'd lose the play. So he had to come in and try to get the short hop. He did not. He got the in-between hop. And at that point, you're just hoping that it hits right in the pocket, and it did not.
Pete Crow Armstrong now. And he bunts this right back to the mound. Ashby looks at second, fires a strike to first. Nobody was covering third. The Brewers able to get Joey Ortiz to rotate around and get there, preventing an advance. The sacrifice successful.
Dansby Swanson bats. He struck out twice.
Here it comes. And it's ball 4.
Now Shaw will bat. Ashby has faced 6 batters and had a lot of deep counts. He's got a great arm run, but we've seen him get a little wobbly with the command, and he's in that mode right now.
Yeah, there's no doubt. He has had some issues, command issues at times.
And Shaw pokes this into center for a base hit. They're waving around Kelly. And the Cubs extend their lead. An RBI single for Shaw to tack on some insurance in the 6th.
Ashby goes with a breaking ball after the heater. This pitch is down and away, and all Matty does just puts a little 3/4 swing on it. This pitch is going to bounce right behind home plate, but he goes out and gets it. And 15 love over the second base bag to drive in a run.
Lineup turns over. Bush at the plate. First pitch swinging. Diving stop by Vaughn at first. And he'll win the foot race to the bag. He takes extra bases away from Michael Bush.
What a play by Andrew Vaughn. To his left. Ball was smoked and with the dive, but also had the wherewithal to get over there. I don't think Ashby, the left-hander, was going to get over. He was a spectator at first, so Vaughn knew to get there and beats Bush to the bag.
And manager Pat Murphy is going to bring in a new pitcher, a right-hander, to face Nico Hoerner. Runners at second and third, 2 down. Chad Patrick to face Nico Hoerner.
1-2, and Hoerner bounces one to second. Terang makes the play, but the Cubs add some insurance.
They have stretched at Wrigley, and Kyle Tucker will lead things off.
Fly ball, deep left center. This ball's got a chance. Gone. Kyle Tucker with a home run. Cubs lead 5-0.
That is a huge swing of the bat for the Chicago Cubs, and an even bigger swing of the bat for Kyle Tucker. Left on left, gets a pitch away and hammers it to left center field for a long home run. And if he gets hot, the Cubs are going to get hot.
Well, we're in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a 5-run game. One away. Here's Michael Bush. There's a high fly ball, deep right center. Back toward the wall. It's got a chance. Gone. Michael Busch has done it again. Busch with a home run, and the Cubs now lead 6-0. And that one should put it on ice.
I know there's some hot hitters in the playoffs, but can you be any hotter than Michael Busch? He gets a heater in the middle of the zone, and it's a souvenir. He crunches this one into the wind to right center, about 3 rows deep. He is just as hot as you can get.
His 3rd homer in the series, 4 postseason home runs for Michael Busch.
Back here in Chicago, 3 outs for the Brewers to avoid being sent back to Milwaukee for a Game 5. Caleb Thielbar comes out of the bullpen for his 2nd appearance of the series. Bouncing ball from Terang. Handled by Horner, the Gold Glove winner.
Vaughn's been on base twice, a single, a walk, and a pop-up.
2-2, bounce to short. Routine for Swanson. Out number 2. Now the fans standing. 1 out to go. And this game will be headed to a Game 5 in the best of 5. Grounder to short. This could do it. The throw to first. And the Cubs win the ball game. 6-3 on the putout. The Cubs win it by a score of 6-0, and there will be a Game 5 Saturday night in Milwaukee between these 2 teams.
The mood in Milwaukee on this Saturday night, tense, anxious, nervy, but the noise level, it is deafening. A rivalry that's been building for years, all leading to this moment. A winner-take-all Game 5 of this National League Division Series on the Chicago Cubs and the Milwaukee Brewers. The winner moves on to the NLCS.
William Contreras will be the hitter. Contreras hitting .313 in the series. He is homered and driven in a pair. Pomerantz deals. Fly ball left center. Crow Armstrong is on the move. He's running out of room. It's gone! William Contreras gives the Brewers a 1-0 lead on his 2nd home run of the series. The Brewers strike first in Game 5. You knew someone was going to have to score in the 1st inning. Tonight it was the Brewers.
He's given up a base runner now in the postseason.
First hit, first base runner, first anything against Drew Pomerantz.
Listen, any game scoring first is important, but in a bullpen game, it's even more important because it allows the manager with the lead to put the pieces in place from the bullpen.
Jacob Mizorowski takes over for the Brewers on the mound in the 2nd inning.
And we'll see how much they ask of this young man.
Well, he gave them 3 innings in Game 2, 3 scoreless innings. They'd love to see the same thing here.
He'll face Seiya Suzuki right out of the chute.
There's a high fly ball, deep right center. Goes back as Perkins near the wall. That ball is gone. Seiya Suzuki with a home run, and the ball game is tied 1-1. It looked like a low fastball. He drove it over the opposite alley fence, and this ball game is tied 1-1.
Well, we've talked about the ball carrying in the gaps, and there's a lot of people in here. It's warmed out on the field, and both of those balls just carry right over the gap fence. One to left center, and Suzuki's to right center. Game tied.
Ball game tied at 1. Bases empty, 2 away for Andrew Vaughn.
3 balls and 2 strikes on Vaughn. The pitch, and a drive out to left. It is back. Happ at the track at the wall. Bye, baseball. Long live Andrew Vaughn. The Brewers take a 2-1 lead here in the 4th. What a story Andrew Vaughn has been for the Brewers this year. And he has been clutch in October.
He was pure magic when he joined the Brewers. When he first came up, it seemed like every single time they needed a big RBI, he got it.
Here's Sal Frelick.
Grounded up the middle, a roller. Swanson has to hurry. Frelick beats it out. Tough to tell if Ray got a piece of it as it skipped off the mound. It's an infield single for Sal Frelick.
Well, once it got by Ray, you felt like it was going to be a base hit. Frelick runs so well. And the Brewers, this is what they do. They put the ball in play. They led baseball in infield hits.
So here's Durbin.
The Brewers this series with 2 outs have now 19 hits. Up the middle from Durbin. And it'll get down for a hit in front of Crow Armstrong. It bounces away, and Frelick gets to 3rd. The throw skips away from 2nd. Caleb Durbin was caught in no man's land between 1st and 2nd with the ball coming into the infield. But the Cubs with some sloppy play. It's now second and third and 2 out for Milwaukee.
Crow Armstrong thought he could make a play on that ball, and it just dived on him as he got close. He tried to keep it in front of him, but it bounced away. See how he uses his chest to just try to keep it in front of him, but it bounced away enough for Frelick to go to third. But even after that, when he threw it into the infield, it got away. So Durbin, who was in between first and second, stuck, but the ball goes by the middle infielders. He's able to take second base.
A big swing from Blake Perkins would certainly change the feel of this game dramatically. 3-0 pitch, and Perkins taking all the way, takes ball 4, and guess who's coming to the plate with the bases loaded? Joey Ortiz. Well, nobody's more experienced in this spot than Joey.
The pitching change will be made. Valencia will come in. Bases loaded, 2 down. The number 9 hitter Ortiz to face Daniel Palencia.
31 plate appearances, more than anybody else. Ortiz just 5 for 30 with the bases loaded this season.
Is there a big October moment in that bat of Joey Ortiz's?
A 1-2 pitch with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Ortiz, a ground ball is short. Swanson gobbles it up, goes the short way. A closer play than it appeared as Perkins dives in, but he is retired, as are the Brewers.
The Brewers take the lead on the home run by Vaughn, but they leave 3.
Kittredge stays out there on the mound for the Cubs. Brewers 6 defensive outs away from the National League Championship Series. Work to do. First order of business, some insurance runs.
And he smacks one up the middle. Will it stay up there? No! PCA with a diving catch. Rewind that one and hang on to it.
So 2 outs, nobody on for Terang. Here's the pitch, and Terang, a fly ball to center. Crow Armstrong's back at the track. It is gone! Bryce Terang, an October moment, gives the Brewers insurance here in the 7th. 3-1 Milwaukee.
Bryce Terang, his biggest swing as a Brewer. A huge homer in the 7th.
He's always had that platinum glove. This year he established himself with some serious pop. 10 home runs in August. That ball hit 416 feet, 107 miles per hour exit velocity. And he knew right away. As soon as he made contact, he stood at the plate and watched it.
What a big moment for a guy that had been struggling at the plate. 0 for 3 tonight before that big swing.
They're all standing in Milwaukee, this sellout crowd, for this winner-take-all game in this first ever playoff meeting between the Cubs and the Brewers. Abner Uribe facing Seiya Suzuki as Suzuki flies one to left. Churiel underneath it. One gone.
Ian Happ is the hitter. Brewers trying to win a postseason series for the first time since 2018.
Uribe's 1-2, and Happ pokes this to right. Frelick makes the catch.
2 away. The Brewers fans can feel it. After going up 2-0 in the series, going down to Chicago, losing game 3, losing game 4, there was this feeling inside the Brewers clubhouse today. A confidence. They're an out away from the championship series. Uribe deals to Carson Kelly, swinging a bouncer to short. Ortiz has it, and the Brewers are going to the championship series. They take 3 of 5 from the Chicago Cubs, and the Brewers have a date with the Dodgers, as the Brewers have found a way to advance an improbable group that nobody gave a shot to, and now their job, take down the reigning World Series champion Los Angeles Dodgers in the championship series.